Hey guys, Bellamy here from Midnight Suns. Today I'm going to be reviewing the latest Super Mario Bros. Movie that's out in cinemas right now. Alright, first off, I will just say that I will try to avoid as many spoilers as possible because I know many of you haven't watched this movie yet. But there might be some small spoilers, but I hope that these spoilers won't affect your enjoyment of the movie when you do see it. And in case anybody is wondering, yes, the most beautiful woman in all of video game history is in this movie. The one and only blonde bombshell, Dixie Kong. Alright, let's first talk about the story. You can tell that this movie was really made for kids because it is really simple. The story is really simple. There's no way like kids won't be able to understand what's going on in the movie. But the thing is, the movie isn't trying to pretend to be anything deeper than it is. Like, it knows exactly what it's trying to do. It's just trying to be a very fun kids movie. And it is almost perfect in that regard. Everything that it tries to do, it excels at. So just go in here expecting a fun kiddie movie and you won't be disappointed. And I think all the characters in this movie were really done very well. I think they did all the characters justice. My favorite character in the games has always been Luigi because even though he's somebody who's always afraid of things, he always tries his best and he's always loyal to his family. And I think that's just very relatable, especially when I was growing up. I really see myself a lot in Luigi and I think that he's portrayed awesomely in this movie and I really love his character in this movie in particular. My only complaint is that I wish we got to see more of him, but I think overall the way he was used in this movie was almost perfect. And now let's talk about the voice performances. I think the whole cast really knocked it out of the park. I know people were afraid of Chris Pratt voicing Mario, like they weren't sure how good he would be, but let me just say, he's great. And there's actually like an in-story reason for why his voice sounds different from the games. And after watching the movie, you know, I can kind of accept it. Like, I think he did a really great job as Mario in this movie, and I was actually surprised at how much I like his performance as well. So if you are one of the people who are on the fence about that, I think don't be worried. Just go and watch the movie and I think you will find it pretty good. Like, there is an actual reason which I won't spoil. And Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach is awesome. She's so badass. I think she really brought out that Super Princess Peach side of Peach that we rarely see in the video games, where she's really an ass kicker, and I just love it. But of course, the best voice performance in the whole movie by far is of course Jack Black as Bowser. I'm not even kidding, guys. Like, his performance as Bowser in this movie is so amazing. You can tell he really put his 100% into this movie. And I won't spoil it for you guys, but there are some song performances in this movie and Jack Black really just steals the show with them. He is easily one of the biggest highlights in this movie. He was so great that sometimes I couldn't help myself but want to root for the bad guy. And now let's talk about the visuals. I think the whole movie is animated perfectly. Like, honestly, the final battle, which once again I won't spoil, but the final battle had some of the best 3D animation I've ever seen in a 3D animated movie. And it really made the whole lead up for like the first 90% of the movie worth it when you finally see what happens at the end. And let me just say, I love all the Jungle Kingdom scenes. Those are like probably my favorite scenes. But I think my one favorite scene in the entire movie, like my most enjoyed scene that I love the most in the whole movie, is definitely, minor spoiler alert, the scene where we see baby Luigi and baby Mario. Like, that scene is just so perfect. And now honestly, you know, I think after watching that, I wish we got a prequel movie after this where we get to see more of baby Mario and baby Luigi's adventures. And you know, I'm sure they'll find a way to do that. I'm sure they'll find a way to like introduce time travel like in the baby Mario games. There's no way they won't be able to find a way to bring baby Mario and baby Luigi back into the movies. And if they make a Super Smash Bros. Movie and have Pokemon in it, and Sonic, and Mega Man, like, dude, that's gonna be crazy. I think that would easily become the highest grossing animated film of all time if they did that. It would be like the Avengers Endgame of animated movies. And the movie has an amazing 80s music soundtrack, so many iconic 80s songs in this movie that I just absolutely love. And of course, you get all the classic Mario tracks and all the classic Mario sound effects that you remember from all the games, and some of them are remixed really well in this movie, and I think it's just awesome for fans of Mario. Every iconic Mario sound effect or theme that you can think of is probably in this movie. And alright, it is now time for us to give this movie a final score. I am giving the Super Mario Bros. Movie an excellent 8.5 out of 10. Mario fans are going to absolutely love this movie. There's so many references to all kinds of Mario games, and even like Donkey Kong references. There's like DK Rap from DK64. There are even references to more niche games like Donkey Kong Barrel Blast and Punch Out. And I also got this awesome Luigi cup when I went to see the movie. As you can see, it's green. And it also came with this keychain of Luigi that you can hang on the cup. And I think kids are going to absolutely love this movie. I actually went for a midnight screening and the cinema was still full of kids. That was kind of crazy. I think when I was a kid, I would usually be so tired by 11 PM and I probably would have fallen asleep. But these kids were crazy. Like, even until 1+ AM when the movie ended, right? Throughout the whole movie, they were just cheering along and screaming and really enjoying the movie. And I think the fact that a movie like this can keep kids energized throughout the whole movie, even at midnight until early in the morning, that just shows how much this movie really appeals to kids. But I think if you're an adult and you've been playing video games your entire life like me, I think you will really enjoy this movie as well, because this movie really shows you what the future of video games can be. Like, there are some scenes in this movie that when I watch them, I'm thinking, okay, this is the future of video games, this is the future of Mario. I think one day when the graphical capabilities of like video games catches up to the movies, we'll see games that look as great as this movie. Like at the start of the movie, when I got to see the animated title sequence for the Nintendo Studio logo, like, dude, that gave me chills, you know? It's hard to explain, but I've been such a huge fan of Nintendo and all their games my entire life, and then I'm also a filmmaker, so when I see the Nintendo logo in front of a movie, it's just like a merging of my two favorite passions in my entire life. And I know I'm just a massive fanboy probably, but I think this is the most fun movie I've seen this year. And you know, if you just go in expecting a simple, fun movie for families of all ages, I think you'll have a really good time. I highly recommend the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and if you are a Mario fan like me, it is a must watch. Anyway, that's all for this review, guys. Thanks again for watching, and as always, stay gold, everybody. Bye, guys.